I truly don't think the majority of people should run businesses. And they don't. And there's a reason for that. And there's also a reason why successful business owners are rewarded so greatly with monetary compensation. It is an astronomical amount of stress. Right now, I'm in a position where I don't have too many employees, but I still do have some. But when you are running a business, there are so many lives dependent upon you. There is the initial, the people who do work for you. Usually, if you're running a business and if you have a family that you're supporting, let's say 3 or 4 people, you have those immediate people who are reliant upon your success in your business that you have to perform in for them to have a livelihood. But then your employees and your employees' family's livelihood as well. It is a compounding effect. So if you have 10 employees and each of them have a spouse and 2 kids, that's 40 families or 40 people who are indirectly or directly reliant upon you performing for you to maintain, for them maintaining the standard of livelihood that they're accepting and used to right now. That's a lot of stress and pressure to make sure things are working to the highest possible degree. And if you are successful in managing that stress and leveraging the best possible use out of every single thing that you can, you are rewarded by the excess productivity that you created, which is a wonderful thing. Right now I'm exhausted. It is 10 o'clock. I need to wake up so I can get back to work. And I want that kind of pressure. I really do. I want the kind of stress and pressure that is for my livelihood. I might not always want that, but right now I do very, very badly because I perform, or recently, the more stress I've been under in any aspect of my life, I've been overcoming that feat fivefold. Whether I've been recently into pickleball, and whether I'm in a pickleball tournament, which I've surprisingly played in a few recently. It's a fun sport. All right, guys, don't call me a pussy. But rising to the occasion where you otherwise would get nervous. But if you are constantly under stress, why the fuck would you get nervous under a pickleball tournament? Obviously it's fucking pickleball, but or also when I was doing a lot of MMA when I was living in Colombia, even when I was sparring, I felt zero stress because my life was so filled with stress. And I like having to rise to the occasion. I don't know. And I know that that is not realistic for everybody. And it hasn't always been that way. It's more so the more stress that I put myself under, the more times I would fail. And the more times I would fail, the more times I would want to get better and better so I didn't feel that failure. But now I've taken so many fucking failures over the past 2 years. The more stress I'm putting myself under, I'm actually succeeding. Alex Hermosi had an incredible analogy that I don't remember fully, but it was like if you were flipping a dice, and one side was green, one side was red, but there was thousands of these. There are going to be times when you go on long, stringent processes of red, especially if it is your first time doing business. I was hitting red every single time, and I was losing and losing and losing and losing. But then I was like, shit, I want to get better so I don't lose. And now I've on a streak of winning because I have learned a lot more. I think I've gained a little bit of wisdom, which I'm going to regretfully say because I'm fucking 21 years old and there's no wisdom to be had. I'm just fortunate that I'm surrounded by people who are in their 50s and have run massive businesses before that I can directly learn under, which is why I'm taking the concepts that they're doing and trying to replicate it to the best possible degree and learn. So I'm on this now stringent course. The more stress I'm putting myself under, the better I'm performing. But that also comes with more stress and pressure. And eventually it will definitely weigh you down. I know that if I had 100 people that weren't working for me, and let's say all of them had families, that is a lot of people that are pressure. Or if I do get to the position where I can retire my family, then that's a lot more pressure. That would be an astronomical amount of pressure, because then if I fuck up my business, the results are not me going back to zero. It's myself, my mother, my father going back to zero as well. So that is unacceptable. But that also means there is nothing in the world that can make you quit. And I know that I will hit more red die soon, because it is inevitable. Even though you are learning the game and getting better, there are still going to be a lot of bad times. And I need to be aware of that, or they're going to get me and fist me through my arse. So then it comes down to, what do I do the next time I have a red time, especially when recently I've tasted so much success. And I obviously want to compound that feeling and continue onwards, but it's not linear. Every single time I'm having some sort of linear growth, you just get fucking kicked in the mouth, and then you've learned something that takes you way above that exponential curve that you could have dreamed of. So I guess we'll see. I don't think everyone should run a business. I don't think a lot of people would enjoy this kind of pressure, because it's the pressure of working 8 a.m. to 10, 11 p.m. at night every single day, and feeling bad when you are any minuscule time off. Tonight I went to dinner with my mother, a few of her friends, and my girlfriend. And I was thinking, shit, I gotta get back. I need to edit and record this video, and have to finish the actual work that I need to get done. I need to wake up in the morning because I have a lot of shit to get done tomorrow. It's choosing your battles. This is a completely useless video. I turned on the camera and I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And I don't know why I talked about this. I don't know why I'm doing any of this, to be frank. And I would also note that I'm making it sound way easier than it is, because it's not easy. It's really not. I often feel incredibly lost. And talking through it, it is easy to give advice to myself, but it is so much harder to do it and for that advice to work. I think day number 22. Goodbye.